What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We are here yet again talking about another beast. This one exactly is going to be the 725 horsepower, 1,800-pound weighing Gordon Murray T.50S, which is going to be named the Niki Lauda, Lauda, however you guys pronounce that, in the name of this legend. All right. So, guys, this car is going to be $3 million plus. Track version of the T50 will be announced again. The T50 was announced last year. This one's going to be the T50S, the track version, hence the S. All right, so it's going to be one of the most extreme on the planet, and it's going to look and sound and play its part. All right, so this is the track-only version of the Gordon Murray T50 hypercar. All right, it is now here. It is named in honor of the three-time Formula One champion Niki Lauda or Lauda. All right, I'm not good with these foreign names. The car is 725 horsepower, naturally aspirated 3.9 V12 that revs to, you ready for this, 12,100 RPM. And it's only going to weigh about 1,878 pounds. Like, get out of here. Another fact is this car is only going to be 25 built, all right, over 3 million price tag, and 15 cars are already spoken for. So there's some real, at least 15 big ball players out there that know this car is legit and it's going to bring exactly what it says. So therefore, they're going to call for it now. Okay, so there's some earlier details shared about this track-only hypercar last year. It promised that the finishing will carry on its historic significance, named after the T50S model code. And it's absolutely delivered, right? Look at this beautiful, amazing car. Like, it looks its part. I heard it sound its part, so now we're actually going to see. And we know, like I said, Niki Lauda is going to be tributed to this car, three-time Formula One champion who died in 2019. Rest in peace. And who would have been turning 72 on February 22nd. So a little bit after this video, before this video was made. All right, so the specifications already have been knocked out, changed slightly since they last told cars and drivers anything about the car. They said GMA says the car is on track to weigh 1,878 pounds, more than 200 pounds lighter than the rotable sibling, the T50, powered from its sick 3.9 V12, making 725 horsepower, revving to a ridiculous 12,100 RPM. That is ridiculous. I wasn't expecting that much RPM. I never heard of a car revving to that high. This is going to sound like that Formula One kind of thing. The only thing I think is going to sound even as good as this is going to be whenever this freaking Z06 C8 comes out revving super high, all right? So the T50S was always in the working title. They needed something to put a drawing to. They needed a little bit more, right? So Murray said, unfortunately, when Niki passed, they suddenly realized that that was a perfect tribute for this car. They spoke to the families. The fans were down for it. They said it would be a fantastic idea, so they went ahead and did it. All right, so we know that this pro racer had victories at Anderstorp in 1978. With the only win, he won so many different races. That's so cool. Three-time Formula One. And that's awesome. He had a win in 78, he had a win in 74. So this is the perfect car to carry his tribute, and they're a great time friend. He raced this car in those days, and now, you know, passing at almost 72, it's a great way to carry his tribute and go out in a car. Because people like this that raced all their life, living or dead, they will always love cars, right? That's how I think. That's how probably a lot of viewers on this channel think as well. All right, so listen, this car has no catalyst at all, much smaller exhaust. Like, you talking about no catalytic converters, no catalyst at all? Come, you better get out of here. Smaller exhaust silencers. It will also be considerably louder than the regular T50. That, like they said, they know they're going for that Formula One back in the 70s, that loud, ridiculous sound. They got the pipes right next to each other, so of the back of the car, you guys can see on some of the pictures. The first time it comes past the flat out is going to sound like it's at 24,000 RPM, even though it's going to be maxing at 12.1. But this is going to be ridiculous, right? So again, they said the features will be fan assist aerodynamic, using 48-volt power fans to increase the efficiency of the underflow diffuser. Yeah, peak downforce is 3,300 pounds. You hear that? 3,300 pounds on a peak downforce. With GMA reckoning that the car is going to be generating more than its own weight. So again, this car is going to be 1,800 pounds, doing double in downforce. I'd like to see this car on a Nürburgring, actually. All right, so it says it's capable of traveling upside down at 125 miles per hour. I really don't get that, but I'm just gonna state the facts that's on this exactly. In 150 mile per hour corner, will pull about 2.5 G's lateral acceleration and about 3.5 G's under braking. Yeah, that sounds a little rough. I'm not too sure, man. They shared an obvious design relationship with the regular T.50S, of course. It's also featured substantial differences. The most obvious is being the sizable rear wing. So that's something. The fins connecting with the cabin roof. They're also going to be an intake periscope in a sense to channel the air into the engine. You guys will see that on like some of the McLarens, and there's a few other hypercars out there or supercars out there that are taking this kind of I guess this look for it. So the interior is going to be more of a minimalist kind of thing for the car. The Niki Lauda, again, they want to keep the regular T.50S central drive positioning, but will also have single passenger seats, a yoke style steering wheel. It's going to contain basic controls and faces a single digital display screen. Other functions are controlled by the panel and toggle switch to the right. We're going to talk about carbon structure. Will be one on proud display. We know that's going to have that tub. You know, these supercars and hypercars, this is how they're going to go. Side windows, windshield used thinner glass in a T50. Again, this is how they saved over 200 pounds from the old one. Now let's talk about my save the manual guys. All right, so a mild disappointment for some of the people are going to be the lack of the manual gearbox that Murray insists of being standard on the road-going T50. All right, so a 6-speed paddle-operated transmission created by X-Trace or X-Track will be the standard. All right, they say the manual gearbox would have distracted from the experience rather than adding to it. The engine picks up speed even quicker than a road car. It's got less inertia, and the gearbox ratios are closer because the top speed is lower. So gearbox, again, when guys, it's a track focused car, they're not really worried about going 250 miles an hour. Okay, you get a strong 150 or a strong 170 top end, but you're gonna have that double downforce. You probably can pick up an extra little speed in the corners to work on a track. The track is all about circuit stuff, so left, rights, up, downs, whatever it is, but you want to stick to the ground. You want to have that force, you know. That's why, again, when I bought the ZL1, I converted it to the 1LE track pack because I like sticking to the ground. That's just me all day. All right, so earlier hopes would have compete with the FIA's proposed hypercar class haven't come to pass. They ended up proposing a sort of silhouetted formula with a basic LMP2 chassis underneath, which wasn't for us, Murray says. However, there are hopes that the Niki Lauda buyers will ultimately be able to take their cars racing through that and be called the GT1 Sports Club. So, yeah, they're having a little few competition, a little few issues there, but again, hopefully it shakes itself loose in the future. All right, he says about 15 of the cars have been sold already and anticipate the remainder of the 25 will be allocated quickly following the car launch. All right, the price is equivalent to about $3 million to about $4.4 million at the current exchange rate, with production scheduled to start January next year. Guys, I want to know what you guys think, how you feel. What's your ideas about this car? Seems pretty cool, seems pretty legit. That's awesome to see. And I'm a big car guy. This is a 3.9 liter V12. You know, everybody's going electric now, so you know we gotta also save the manuals, yes, but we gotta save the gas. I support electric cars fully. I support the environment, the country's push, and the world's push for cleaner energy. But come on, we missed that sound. We missed that little smog, smoke, turbo, lag, supercharged, whatever it is, man. But guys, until next time, you're now watching I Stay Josh, and hopefully you enjoyed this video. Please, please, please pound that like button. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Yeah. Ain't no one colder than me. I'm straight from the mud. I got me a plug, and now I be rolling with Meech. You think you the shit, I think you a bitch. Now go ahead and call the police. These niggas a trip, your homie's a snitch. You probably be helming the week. I hit up Tory and told him, I know you don't like me, but fuck it, I'm over the beef.